What I'm about to say was never meant to be spoken out loud. You feel it already, don't you? That quiet scream inside you. That aching truth buried beneath the routines, distractions, and lies. You know there's more to life, but every day you wake up like a ghost wearing your name. You are just surrounded by chains disguised as comfort. Here's what they don't want you to realize. You are not lazy. You are not broken. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you looked in the mirror and didn't see a version of yourself that felt trapped? There is a system. It feeds you dopamine. It pacifies you with screens. It drugs you with mediocrity. And worst of all, it convinces you that this is normal. But let me rip that illusion apart right now. If you gave yourself 6 months, 6 brutal, focused, the version that scrolls endlessly, that says tomorrow, that breaks promises to himself, disciplined months, you could become the version of you that haunts your dreams, the warrior, the storm, the ghost they can't trace, against every habit that feeds the system and starves your soul. And you vanish into a world that knows silence, discipline, solitude. But first, you must die. Not physically, mentally. The weak version of you has to perish. You see, transformation is not a glow-up, it's a funeral. 6 months is all it takes to bury the victim and raise the executioner. They'll wait for motivation to strike, never realizing it died the moment comfort became God. I'm not going to sell you a miracle morning or a vision board. This isn't some Pinterest motivation. This is war. A war against every false identity they've stapled to your skin. Against every whispered doubt planted by your past. And the first rule of this war? To build quietly in the shadows until even your past self wouldn't recognize you. You disappear. Not from the world, from your old self. You stop announcing. You stop complaining. You stop negotiating with your weaknesses. Because in 6 months, you're not just trying to be better. You're trying to become unrecognizable. Most people won't make it. They'll scroll past this like everything else, but not you. If you're still listening, I already know you're not like them. They call people like us dangerous. We don't wait for change. We become it. We don't fit in. We stand up. And we don't chase purpose. We bleed for it. Are you ready to go dark? Because once you cross this line, there's no going back. Now that you've crossed the line, here's the truth no one dares to say. Changing your life in 6 months will cost you everything that's been killing you slowly. And the first payment is silence. Month 1 begins with the purge. You strip the noise. The people who drain your energy. The apps that devour your attention. The habits that wrap around your throat like silk nooses, soft but deadly. You delete, you unfollow, you disconnect. And suddenly, you're alone. Because silence is terrifying to someone who's never met their true self. That's where most people quit. But you'll endure it. Remind you of everything you failed to become. Because you'll discover the voice underneath all the noise. And it won't be kind. It'll mock you, taunt you, but you'll face it. Like a mirror that bites. In month 2, the ritual begins. You don't need a 10-step plan. You need discipline. Not the kind that's sexy on Instagram. The kind that hurts. You wake up early, even when you're tired. You move your body, even when it aches. Because every time you keep your word, you're laying bricks. Building a man that the old you could never defeat. You build, even when there's no applause. And you don't break the streak. Not even once. Your body responds. Your energy expands. And for the first time, people around you notice something different. They'll ask if you're okay. If you're obsessed, month 3 is where it gets dangerous. You start to feel power. Your thoughts sharpen. You'll say nothing. Because this isn't for them. It's not for validation. It's for vengeance against the life that tried to tame you. Now pause. Right now, wherever you are, I want you to comment this phrase twice below. I am becoming a ghost forged in fire. I am becoming a ghost forged in fire. Not just to trick the algorithm, but to burn the old identity, to claim your initiation, to send a signal to the others. Because we're not alone. There are thousands watching this right now who feel what you feel. And those words, they bind us. A new identity requires a new language. This is how you awaken the archetype. Let them think you're vanishing. Let them wonder where you went. Let them mock you for changing. Because 6 months from now, they won't laugh. They'll study you. They'll want to know your secret. But you won't tell them. You'll just smile and vanish again into the next version of yourself. Because that's the truth no one told you. You don't change once. You change forever. Month 4 begins with the fracture. This is where you no longer fit in the world you once called home. Old friends feel like strangers. Family members say you've changed, and they don't mean it kindly. When you've stopped playing by their rules, you walk into rooms and feel invisible, or worse, watched. Because people can sense when you've unplugged. They'll accuse you of being cold, arrogant, obsessed. Don't defend yourself. You're not here to explain. You're here to evolve. You'll feel the weight of isolation pressing down. The nights will get longer, the thoughts louder, and the temptation to go back unbearable. And evolution is always violent to the version of you that must die. This is where the test intensifies. But if you hold the line, something happens. You stop craving applause. You stop needing rescue. You stop asking for permission. And that is freedom. You operate from a place of intention so sharp, even your breath has purpose. In month 5, you begin to build your myth. You become the thing others whisper about. You move in silence. You work in shadows. Your habits have hardened into rituals. Your focus has turned into weaponry. Your time sacred. You'll feel the hunger return, not for pleasure, but for legacy. You'll stop asking what feels good and start asking, obsession. Sacrifice. What will outlive me? Because you understand now, this world doesn't reward noise. It rewards precision. You are no longer just surviving. You are sculpting something immortal. And then comes month 6. A presence in your body that was never there before. The metamorphosis. You look in the mirror and there's a stillness in your eyes, a sharpness in your jaw. People treat you differently. Not because you asked them to, but because you've become a different species. You speak less, but say more. You feel less, but sense everything. Not because of fortune, but because of presence. You have detached from the game. You've become the player, the architect, the ghost they can't track. And in this final month, you stop chasing because you realize you are the thing they're chasing. Not because of fame, you've become rare. And in a world drowning in noise, the rare are sacred. So take a breath. This was never about just changing your life. This was about ending one lifetime and birthing another. You are no longer a man or woman in transition. You are a weapon, a mirror to the broken, a living myth in motion. And this is only the beginning. You made it to month 6, but I need to warn you about something. Something no motivational guru, no success book, no viral podcast dares to whisper. After the transformation comes exile. See, most people think the pain ends when you level up. When you build the discipline, when your body transforms, when your habits solidify like steel. But that's just the visible change. What they done DC, what they done to tell you, is that greatness is lonely. You are now ahead of your time. You'll look around and realize no one understands you anymore. Conversations feel hollow. Parties feel like graveyards. Jokes that used to make you laugh now feel like distractions from death. Because when your mind sharpens, the world dulls. You'll try to explain, to share your blueprint, your awakening, but they won't get it. They'll call it too intense, too deep, too much. You've become a foreign language. In a land of sleepwalkers, this is where many fall back. This is where the silence gets so loud. The pull of mediocrity starts to feel like home. But listen closely. Do not go back to sleep. The price of rebirth is solitude. The reward is clarity. Not just people's actions, but their patterns, their wounds, their projections, their addictions to comfort, to validation, to lies. You start to see things. And here's the real truth. You're not here to fit in. You're here to see, to lead, to build the unseen. This is your final test. Can you stay awake in a world built to keep you numb? If you've made it this far, then I want you to comment down below. I walk the path unseen. Say it twice, write it, mean it. Let the algorithm know that one of the awakened has entered the chamber. You are not normal anymore. You are not like them. You are a weapon sharpened by time and silence. And from this moment forward, your life is not just your own. You are the blueprint now. Someone somewhere is watching you, silently hoping, praying that someone like you exists, that it's possible to rise without a crown, to win without applause. Be that proof. Never again explain your fire to people content with ashes. Never again lower your vibration to be understood. You have 6 months to build a body that speaks before you open your mouth, to forge a mind that cannot be enslaved, to create a life that feels like a rebellion. The war is not out there. The war is within. And you are now the general. This is the real secret they never wanted you to hear. You don't change your life in 6 months. You end it and build a new one from the bones. The old you is dead. The new you? Unstoppable.